Hello Eternal Life fans, it's Rowan from the Eternal Life Fan Club, and today I'm going to show you guys how I eat my sardines. And this is the brand I've been getting lately. I just get this from Costco because it's really cheap. You can get a whole big pack of these. It's the cheapest I've found, and it's wild caught. Make sure you always get wild caught sardines, okay? And they're in olive oil, so that's acceptable. Now, ideally, okay, some people might be thinking, well, aren't these sardines the omega-3 fats? That's why I'm eating the sardines in the first place. I want those omega-3 fats for my brain. I want all the protein in the sardines, great source of protein, and just animal source nutrients like B12, taurine, all these special amino acids that you really can't get from plants. Carnosine is another thing that helps the brain that's in sardines. So carnosine is good for prevention of Alzheimer's disease. Actually, taurine as well, good for prevention of Alzheimer's disease. And they also have cognitive benefits, like cognitive enhancing benefits. And if you eat enough sardines, you might just notice the effect, especially if you're coming from a vegan diet. If you're deficient in this stuff, as soon as you just start eating this stuff, you'll feel a difference. Especially if you've been a vegan for a long time. I don't recommend being a vegan. You're gonna have a hard time living forever being a vegan, and I'm telling you guys this with love, all the vegans out there. I don't want to see you lose your health, and I want your health to deteriorate. And getting Alzheimer's at a rapid rate because you're deficient in these nutrients. So please do include some sardines in your diet. Okay, let's get into how I eat these. They're also high in vitamin D, which is good as well. All right, and like I said, the protein. Now, you might say, well, you can get protein from plant foods. Yes, you can get protein from plant foods, but plant foods come with a lot of fiber, and where are people getting their protein from plant foods? Like beans, mixing beans and grains. A lot of this stuff comes with lectins, anti-nutrients that make it really... Are you absorbing that protein? How absorbable is that? How assimilable is that? You're having to digest that protein, and I think getting the protein from an animal source like this, it's just going to be... More of that protein is going to be bioavailable. Okay, you're actually going to get that protein. So it's just good to have some, fish in your diet as a precaution. All right, so this is what I generally do. I just scoop it onto my plate like this. And, because it has been canned, that means it has been damaged. So, the fats in here are partly damaged because it has been cooked, right? So it's not raw. I've been thinking about ways to get, sardines where it wouldn't be damaged by the heat of cooking, right? Because these are canned, so they're exposed to high heat. That's not good. But this is the best I can do right now. I haven't found a source of sardines that are... Maybe you could kill I'm also worried about killing the parasites, right? I don't want to eat raw sardines because I'm worried about getting parasites, and I wouldn't want to take that risk. So, although this is not ideal, I think, from what I've researched, the omega-3 in here, still, the body can use it. So maybe it's damaged a little bit from the cooking process. Maybe the protein is damaged, but it's still usable, and it's better than nothing, okay? The body can work with this. So here's what I do. This is sour cream. I like the combination with the sour cream and the fish, because I heard it's good to mix some saturated fat when you're having a very unsaturated fat, like a long chain omega-3. The mixture of saturated and unsaturated is very good. So, because it kind of stabilizes the omega-3 fats, because the omega-3 fats, they're very unsaturated, so they're very susceptible to oxidation. Like even the heat of your body can start to oxidize these fats, but if you mix it with a saturated fat, it stabilizes it and makes it better. Okay, so here's what I do. I like to use just onion. Onion is like my chip alternative. So I just slice some onions Make some onion slice, and it's like they're like a perfect chip. If you notice, it's like, wow, look at that, like a perfect chip, and just break it into chip size. And another thing I like to do is cayenne pepper. I'm a big fan of cayenne pepper. I think it's really healthy for you, so I just kind of sprinkle some cayenne pepper over there. I like a lot of it. And well, yeah, I just dig in. I just dip some sour cream on it, and it's very simple. Such a fast meal. You know, just do it like that, and it's delicious. So that was delicious. In case you couldn't tell, it's amazing. Hope you guys try it and tell me what you think. You could even add different things to this. Sometimes I add like a little bit of salsa to this for a different type of flavor. But now what I do is, because it's not raw, and to compensate for that, to compensate that the enzymes are missing, and even my body's limited capacity, maybe I'm not producing enough hydrochloric acid. So just in case, I like to enhance my body's ability to digest protein when I'm eating a sardine meal, and just so I can just really absorb all that protein, so there's no question that I'm just totally absorbing all this protein. I'll take one of these. It's a betaine HCl pill. It helps your body produce more hydrochloric acid, and it has pepsin, which helps to digest protein. So if you ever eat like some protein, you feel indigestion, you feel like it's just not sitting well in your stomach, take one of these. It makes a huge difference. And this type of supplement is so cheap. So cheap. I'll put a link in the description where you can get this supplement incredibly cheap. So yeah, just taking one of these when you're eating this type of meal makes a big difference. And that's how I can kind of, you know, rationalize how I'm not eating this raw. I wouldn't, yes, okay, I see a lot of people, they're eating raw fish and sashimi, and I get the benefits of that. And I would be okay with that if it's totally parasite free. So if you deep freeze fish, you can kill the parasites and then thaw it and then eat it raw. But I haven't found like raw sardines, and I haven't found frozen raw sardines that I could do in that way, that I could eat in that way. So the canned sardines is the most available, easiest thing, that cheap, that I found that works. And yes, it's a compromise, but that's why I take the digestive enzyme, and I digest this very well. Okay, so I think if you have a normal digestion, you can handle this. Now here's the other thing. Sardines, the reason I choose sardines specifically over other fishes is that sardines are by far the lowest in mercury fish. They're so low in mercury compared to other fishes. I'll just put a chart right here. Just, you can see here from this chart how low sardines are in mercury. They have a negligible amount of mercury, so that's amazing, because people are so worried about the mercury in fish, and they're rightly worried. But they're also going to be lower in radiation because they're a smaller fish, so they're not bioaccumulating all these toxins that the larger fish will bioaccumulate, like the radiation, the mercury, the heavy metals, and so on. Speaking of heavy metals, carnosine, which is in sardines, actually helps the body to detoxify chemicals and heavy metals from the body. It's very important for the detoxification system. So if you're a vegan, you're really putting yourself at a disadvantage in the long term. You might have benefits in the short term, but eventually it's just a matter of time. Your body's going to become deficient in one of these nutrients. Carnosine, taurine, and everything else. Even just the long chain omega-3 fats. Okay, you think you're getting the omega-3 fats from your flax seeds and your hemp seeds, but really only a small percentage of that can actually be transformed into the long chain version. Your body's having to make that conversion. It's very inefficient. It's a hard conversion to make. So these vegans, I'm telling you guys this out of love, don't be a vegan okay? Just eat some sardines. You know, it's okay. Sacrifice the life of a sardine for your health. You matter. Your health matters more than the life of a sardine. Okay, I'm telling you this. Please get this message. Eat some sardines, and you're going to be better off for it. Thank you, and may you live forever.